says Yahweh, behold, I am bringing against Babylon and against the inhabitants of the land of the Chaldeans peoples who kill, whose heart is high, and they are beautiful in stature. Their spirit destroys. And I will send against Babylon plunderers, and they shall plunder it and empty her land. For they have been against her round about on the day of misfortune. He who bends his bow, let him not bend it, and let him come up to her in his coat of mail. And do not have pity on her young men. Finish off completely all her possessions, and the slain shall be cast out in the land of the Chaldeans, and the wounded in her streets. For the house of Israel and Judah have not been forsaken of their Allah. Yahweh of hosts, for their land is full of the sins of murder from the memory of the Holy One of Israel. Flee from the midst of Babylon, and let each man rescue his life. Do not be wearied with his sin, for the time of punishment is before Yahweh. He will repay him the rewards. Behold, like the cup of gold which was precious among the vessels, all the vessels, so is the sin of Babylon exalted. Therefore mighty punishment is about to come to her from before Yahweh. All the kings of the nations are about to be inebriated from her with languor, and the nations shall drink from the cup of her punishment. Therefore the nations shall be confused. Suddenly Babylon has fallen and has been shattered. Howl over her, take balm for her wound, perhaps she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she would not be healed. Forsake her, and let us go each man to his land. For her destruction comes near to heaven, and is carried up to the heaven of heavens. Yahweh has revealed our righteous deeds. Come, let us declare in Zion the work of Yahweh our Allah. Sharpen your arrows, fill the shields. Yahweh has stirred up the spirit of the kings of the Medes, for his will is against Babylon to destroy it, because the vengeance of Yahweh is the vengeance of his temple. On the walls of Babylon lift up the ensign, strengthen the guard, set up watchmen, strengthen the outposts. For indeed Yahweh has planned, moreover he has done what he spoke about the inhabitants of Babylon. You who dwell on many waters, the house of her treasures, the day of your destruction has come, the time of the visitation of your wickedness. Yahweh of hosts has sworn by his word, surely I will fill you with troops of nations, who are as many as the locust, and they will lift up their voice against you. He who made the earth by his might said these things, who completed the world by his wisdom, and by his understanding suspended the heavens. At the sound of his voice there is a heap of water in the heavens, and he brings up clouds from the ends of the earth. He makes lightnings at the time of rain, and brings forth winds from his treasure houses. All the nations have become too dull to know wisdom. All the metal workers are ashamed to make an image, for they have established them as falsehood, and there is no breath in them. They are vanity, the work of scorn. At the time when I visit their sins upon them, they shall perish. He whose portion is Jacob is not like these, for he is the one who created everything, and Israel is the tribe of his inheritance. Yahweh of hosts is his name. You scatter before me the fortified city, in which are weapons of war, and through you I will scatter nations, and through you I will destroy kingdoms, and through you I will scatter horses and their riders, and through you I will scatter chariots and their riders, and through you I will scatter man and woman, and through you I will scatter the old and the suckling, and through you I will scatter young men and virgins, and through you I will scatter the shepherd and his flock, and through you I will scatter the farmer and his yoke of oxen, and I will scatter through you rulers and tyrants, and I will repay to Babylon and to all the inhabitants of the land of the Chaldeans all their wickedness which they have done in Zion in your sight, says Yahweh. Behold, I am sending my wrath against you, O destroying fortified city, says Yahweh, which destroys all the earth, and I will lift up the plague of my power against you, and I will drag you down from your strength, and I will bring you into a burning, fortified city. And they will not appoint for you a king for a kingdom, nor a ruler for a rulership, but you shall be an everlasting desolation, says Yahweh. Lift up an ensign in the land, blow the trumpet among the nations, appoint nations against her, declare concerning her, O kingdom of the land of Cardu, O troops of Hormine and Adyabin, appoint against her those who make war, whose horses shall come up speeding like a locust, which is yellow. Appoint the nations against her, the kings of the Medes, her governors, and all her tyrants, and all the land of his rulership. And the land shall tremble and be sick, for the thoughts of Yahweh against Babylon have stood firm, to make the land of Babylonia a desolation without inhabitant. The mighty men of Babylon have refrained from waging war. They dwell in the fortresses. Their strength has been shattered. They are weak like women. Her fortifications have been burned. Her bolts have been shattered. The runner shall run to meet runner, and he who tells news to meet him who tells news, to declare to the king of Babylon that his city has been conquered from its end, and the fords have been taken, and they have set the marshlands on fire, and the mighty men, the makers of war, have been terrified. For this says Yahweh of hosts, the Allah of Israel, the assembly of Babylon is like a threshing floor, the time of whose trampling has come. Again, a little while, and the plunderers shall come against her. Jerusalem, said Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, has been plundered, has plundered my possessions, and destroyed me. He has scattered me like an empty vessel. He has swallowed me up like the sea monster. He has filled his treasure house with the good things of my land. He has taken me into exile. The violence and the plunder done to me shall be upon Babylon, says the assembly of Zion. And the debt of innocent blood, which was shed in me, shall be upon the inhabitants of the land of the Chaldeans, says Jerusalem. Therefore, thus says Yahweh, behold, I am judging your case, and am taking vengeance for you. and I will dry up her sea and make her springs dry. And Babylon shall become heaps of stones, a dwelling place of wild asses, desolation and astonishment without inhabitant. Together like lions they shall roar, like young lions they shall lift up their voice. Bring distress upon them, and they shall be like drunken men, so that they shall not be strong, and they shall die the second death, and shall not live for the world to come, says Yahweh. I will hand them over to bulls, like bulls, to the slaughter, like rams with goats. How Babylon has been conquered, and the praise of all the earth captured. How Babylon has become a desolation among the nations. A king with his troops, who are as many as the waters of the sea, has come up against Babylon. He covers them with the roaring of his waves. Her cities have become a desolation, a desolate and dry land, a land in which no man at all dwells, and no man crosses over it. And I will punish those who worship Baal in Babylon, and I will plunder his possessions from him, and the people shall not again be subject to him. Also the walls of Babylon shall be cast down. Go out from amidst my people, and let each man rescue his soul from the strength of Yahweh's wrath, lest also your heart tremble, and you be afraid before the news which is heard in the land. For news shall come in the year, and news after it in the next year. And violent men shall increase in the land, and ruler shall rise against ruler. Therefore, behold, the days are coming, that I will punish the images of Babylon, and all her land shall be dried up, and all her slain shall be cast out in her midst. And the heavens and the earth shall, and all that is in them, shall glory over Babylon, for from the north plunderers shall come to her, says Yahweh. As the slain of Israel were cast out in Babylon, so the slain of all the earth shall be cast out to Babylon. You who have been rescued from the sword, go into exile. Do not hold back. Remember from afar the worship of Yahweh, and let Jerusalem come up into your mind. We are ashamed because we have heard disgrace. Humiliation has covered our face, because foreigners have gone up and defiled the house of Yahweh's sanctuary. Therefore, behold, the days are coming, says Yahweh, when I will punish her images, and the slain shall be cast out through all her land. Even though Babylon should build buildings which are as high as the top of heaven, and though she should fortify strong fortified cities up to the height, from before me plunderers shall come against her, says Yahweh. The sound of a shout from Babylon, and great destruction from the land of the Chaldeans. For Yahweh has plundered Babylon, and has destroyed out of her many troops, and the troops of many nations shall be gathered against her, and they shall lift up their voice with roaring. For plunderers have come up against Babylon, against Babylon, and her mighty men have been captured. Their bows have been shattered. For Allah, Yahweh of rewards, Yahweh will surely pay them their reward. And I will make her princes and her wise men drunk, her governors and her tyrants and her mighty men. And they shall die the second death, and not live for the world to come, says the King. Yahweh of hosts is his name. Thus says Yahweh of hosts, the walls of broad Babylon shall certainly be ruined, and her high gates shall be burned with fire, and the people shall labor in vain and the fire shall consume the kingdom, and they shall be exhausted. When you come to Babylon, then you shall see and read all these words. And you shall say, O Yea, you have decreed against this place to destroy it, so that there should not be an inhabitant in it, neither man nor beast, for it shall be an everlasting desolation. And when you have finished reading this book, you shall tie a stone to it, and cast it into the Euphrates. And you shall say, Thus Babylon shall sink, and shall not rise from before the evil which I am bringing up upon her, and they shall be exhausted.